folks, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. We're here in our expert parks looking at extreme heights. Free from financial restrictions, your challenge is to expand this desert park to attract people seeking ultimate thrills. We have to have at least 4,500 guests in our park. Must not let our park rating drop below 700 at any time. Let's jump into it. Because there's no financial restrictions, that is a problem for us because now we can't actually go through and advertise. So we're gonna have to build. If I remember, yeah, this is a massive park with just random scenery or mountains in the way. We can flatten all that out if we'd like. I really hate this setup overall. This ride, when it first went in, was cool because it's the first one that did this. But beyond that, it doesn't really do much for me. I don't really care for this park at all in its current state. There's some cool stuff, yeah. There's some interesting things, but like, what is this going here and then up and then into this random break that it had to stop enough so it could make that it's wild to look at and think about and all of that. And also, what is this? Ugh. Okay. So I'm going to stop talking about that because it bothers me so much. It bothered me when I originally played the game, and it still bothers me now, quite honestly. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this park straightened out in the way that I think it needs to be, which may or may not be the correct way, but it's the way that I want to play. So I'm going to start off by just building on a nice little pathway. I'm going to leave what's there right now. That's eventually going to go away, I believe. But I want to get at least this area kind of set. So we're going to do that. We're going to flatten out all these little bumps because they're dumb and I don't like them. And it just, again, this park just annoys me. There's no reason for this to exist the way it does. It just does. And that bothers me intensely. Also, there's no reason in this park to research anything other than coasters. All they want is coasters. They won't go on any flat rides. If it's not a high intensity at an absolute minimum, it's not something they're going to ride. Even in the rain, from what I remember, this one is kind of wild. But I do dig this park in the sense that you just kind of get to play. I don't think it's an extreme challenge in the sense that it's hard. It just can be time consuming. And that maybe is a challenge. I don't know. But it's more a challenge of patience because you don't get to pick your research. Whenever the finances are removed from your stuff, you lose control. And I don't like that part of these scenarios when I don't really have a say in what's happening on the bigger scale of the park. Because I want to be able to control the pricing. I want to be able to control I want to control everything, basically. That's the whole point, right? Is that we're playing a game where we can control an entire amusement park and build it to our heart's content. And in this one, I cannot do that. I have to be second fiddle to the powers that be at, I don't even know who distributed Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It's not Maxis, whatever it is. I don't have the control over it the way I would like to compared to most of the other parks we have here. So that's my little rant on that. I apologize. It's just this park and some of these scenarios drive me bananas. And this one in particular drives me extra bananas because we're going to burn some time. And I know I've recorded a 3.5 hour long playthrough of one of the scenarios not terribly long ago. I don't think this one's going to be quite as long, but this is going to be, it's not going to be short. Let's go with that. Because there are 4,500 guests in a park. I don't think we've reached or attained that at all yet. So that's going to be a challenge. But the nice thing is that we can go in and build out this park to be a monster if we want. Again, I'm spending time here. I don't know why I say again. This is the first time I've mentioned this. I'm spending time here just reformatting some of this land, doing some of the things that make me feel better about the park. Because I hate this park so much. It just feels very anti-Roller Coaster Tycoon to me. That it's a very random challenge in a park that makes zero sense. What park has no financial considerations? Oh, answer, none of them. What park allows you to just do whatever the heck you want? Answer, none of them, except for this one that just, for whatever reason, we can do those things and they can exist. So I'm going to build this one taller. The reason why I'm building it taller is not because I want to, but because the scenario demands that I do. So we'll get that in there. I'm going to get it painted up. And we're going to just try to get people through the gate here. I don't know what speed I need to set this one at, so we're going to test and see. I think that should be okay. Yeah, baby, that's good. So we're going to call this launch zone. Or actually, we're going to do something like this. That's going to be called zone launch, and then we're going to have a drop one as well, so that we kind of can at least cover both of our bases of parks there. So that had a blue interior, so I'm going to put a blue line on it. And I want to have it go there. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same exact ride, except it's going to be a drop ride. So I need 2 spaces there, and it's going to go up to 120. We'll put our entrance there. Our exit's going to be in the middle, just like it was in the last one. And this is going to be called zone drop. And I don't typically build drop coasters. I don't know why, or drop towers. I don't know why. They're okay, I guess. It's not my favorite style of ride in the world. They're okay, but yeah, we need to get this one going. And oh, look at that, they are going on it, which is phenomenal for us because typically, well, I guess it's high intensity, right? No, it's very high intensity. All right, cool. Look at the nausea rating on that thing. That's a monstrous, awful nausea rating. A very high nausea rating. Nobody's putting up with that. But again, we don't have to worry about that because we don't have any financial considerations in this park. We can just go ham and just say, you know what? Right out of the gate, we have 3 rides, but we're going to hire 32 people to clean. We're going to hire 10 people to look at... Oh, God. My system's actually buffering a little bit. That's wild. I don't have, like, a super slouch PC, but it was definitely struggling there. None of this makes sense to build. There's none of these, thank God, because typically that comes with the park, and I hate it. Let's go in and just build some rides and have some fun here. We're going to start off with a corkscrew coaster. Nothing wild or crazy. Just trying to build some basic stuff here. I guess we'll get the 7 cars. The 7 cars, I believe, is the max for this. And the whole goal on this one is just keep building. Much like Dory wants to keep swimming, we want to keep building on this one. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to see if we... Nope, I'm a little too high up. All right, so we got that. We'll do that. Bam. We got a pathway in the way, which is always a giant red flag. There we go. Do something like that. Drop, drop. Boom, boom. Go a little loopy, loopy. And I think all this should work. I'm going to put this on just to see because I don't want to burn time here. I want to get this thing up and rolling as fast as possible. And while that's doing its thing, I'm going to just test this and see if it wants to work for us because if it doesn't work, that's kind of a bummer for us overall here. So looking at that, like this is at 55, the total height is at 85, excuse me. So that should be fine. So we got that. All right. Goes to the loop, no problem. Goes through that, no problem. There we go. Oops, I closed out the wrong menu. We'll do that. And I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just messing around. Because why not? the name of the game is just to get people in the park. Right now we have 271 guests. We obviously need to get more than that by quite a significant margin. But in order to do that, we need to have some coasters. So that's what we're going to build. That's our focus right now. I'm just holding off to make sure that this all looks and makes sense. Actually, I should probably put some nice little corkscrews in there. There we go. I like that much better. There we are. Got all of that. Beautiful. And now we can throw some block breaks on there. And immediately the testing goes away. I don't know why, but that endlessly annoys me and entertains me at the same time. It's a weird setup. And I think we're just going to throw a little bunny hop in here. Boop, 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 boop. And then we'll put that into the station or into the break run. Block breaks. Entrance can go over here. Exit can go over there. 2 trains. Let's test it and see what it does. We're just going to call it corkscrew because that's easy and nice, and I'm a fan. We're going to go with, there's going to be so many coasters in this park. We're going to have to do some weird things. So let's go. Oh no. Corkscrew screams orange or yellow to me. Not that one. That one, yeah. So we'll do that. The rest of that I'm fine with. We have an air-powered vertical coaster. Heck yeah. And see, this one's packed. It has a very high intensity rating. This one also has a very high intensity rating, but the excitement is medium. And we take a look. Oh, people are digging that one for whatever reason. But let's go in and get all of this stuff built out. It's quite a fine line for that. And it looks like the timing on this is just gorgeous. 1 minute and 27 seconds. So that's total 90-ish. So I'll wait for a full load. Minimum wait time is going to be like 42. Or maximum, excuse me. Minimum wait time is going to be like 36. And everything else is set. Let's open that bad boy up. Because it fits the profile of what we need. The only thing that bothers me is that, yeah, if you ever notice, I don't know if I'm the only one who does this. That bothers me severely. That hole is not big enough to fit the ride. But do that, it angles it slightly differently and makes it look way better. All right, I'm a weirdo, I know. Leave me alone. So we're going to go in and get this guy built in. That's going to exist right in this area, I think. Or do I want to build it farther over here? I think I like that spot better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4 or 5 for this? Is it 4 or 3? I think it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. Okay. So put that on there. And this ride should attract a good number of people to it. And that's our max there. So let's just put one straight section and then we can turn it because it doesn't really matter. We'll flatten that whole area. Why not? It doesn't cost us anything. So we'll put that in there. Put that there. We'll put an on-ride photo section, and then we'll have this jump up like so. Top section. Boop, 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 boop. Bottom section should be able to go there, right? Oh. My, that's much larger than I was anticipating. It works. We are the safest park in the country based off of, what do we got? A few months worth of data. That's encouraging. All right, we'll do that. I have no idea what to launch this thing at speed-wise, so we're going to test it at that. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, it's so close. Let's try that again. There we go. Actually, I think I want to slow it down. I'll try that one more time. Clears. Oh, yeah, that's what we're looking for. Oh, that's quite lovely. So got that now. Cool. I'm just going to build this out because I know I'm going to go up this way. I just don't want to build it quite yet. But eventually I want to shut this down too, because while this ride has lots of people and is an absolute capacity monster, I don't dig it. I don't want it. I don't need it. And we're going to change that to every 10 minutes. All right, what do we got on this one? Air blast. Yeah, baby. That's what we're looking for. We're going to open that up. I know. It's going to yell at me. Hold on, game. And then we'll go pop, pop. Pop, bam, bam. And flatten that out. Nope. That one. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some bathrooms, like the odds and ends, because I haven't done any of that stuff yet, and I really should. So we got info kiosk. We're going to throw a bathroom back here, because why not? Throw more bathrooms throughout this park, but we'll get all that in place. Get some nugs. Who doesn't love some good nugs? What else do we need? Drinks. Throw some hot dogs, diggity dogs with some iced tea. Heck yeah. Out here, I'm going to throw a bathroom because we definitely need one. We have a burger place out there. I'm actually going to shut this pathway. It goes out there down. There's no reason for it to exist. It adds extra, as I refer to them as loops, for no real benefit to the park. So we'll shut that down. And we don't really have anybody eating or anything right now either, so not a big deal. Although it would be fun to just eat a coaster and watch this thing go over there. Although if it's a B&M anything, it's going to be super loud. And look, I just don't understand some of these things. It just bothers my brain. It really bothers my brain. If we have, like, it's going 8 miles an hour over there. That's not a good situation. Barely makes on that one. The loop's cool through that. No problem. Like, I don't really care for the layout, but that, like, what are we doing? We're going into a non-curved track at almost 30 miles an hour. That's insane. But we are at 450 guests, which is also kind of insane. But we'll keep building and see what we can come up with. I'm not going to do that because nobody's going to go on it. I'm not going to do that because nobody's going to go on it. And I'm going to do that because nobody's going to go on it. Same with these guys. What do we got coming our way? A looping coaster? Fantastic. See, like, not big things we need to have this thing be a good, solid park. So what I think I want to do, well, I need to build this area out more. This is going to come down, and I think the Giga Coaster here is going to be the winner for us overall. It's just a matter of time with that. But I would like to build some more capacity rides to really drive home the point here. So we're going to have this big coaster exist in this middle area here, I think. and then we can kind of figure out what we're doing from there. So I'm going to just put that there and that, and then we'll go backwards. Like so. 6. Bam. I'm going to close out a Flaming Fury. All right, that's fine with me. We're going to do something like that. And I really like when I make a drop and then space underneath of it for another part of the ride to exist. I don't know why, but that tickles my fancy in all of the right ways. It just means that I'm not going to be constrained by what I built before. All I have to do is change my ride height, and I can do more fun things. So I really, really like when I can kind of go to town on something like that. And I'm just building some ridiculous, crazy coaster right now because why not? We can and we should. And it's going to be fun for everybody. All right, we're going to do that, and then we'll drop it down there like so. And I really should have built this like in the mountains or like somewhere over here just to, I don't know, have it be a little bit more cohesive, but I like what I have right now in this spiraling mess of a ride. I know I'm going to have to change some parts of this because that downward spiral is not going to work. I should actually throw some into a block break mode here. Not that block break, just regular breaks. And then throw it in the block breaks. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And now there are looping coasters available to us. And this is what I mean is I don't have to worry about any height restrictions or anything. I can build underneath all of this. The only spot I have to worry about is this spot right here and anything I built from after basically that first initial drop. But the rest of it, I'm unconstrained by, which I really, really, really like. That I don't have to really worry about a lot of stuff. I can just do what makes me happy, and I don't have to worry about anything else. So I'm going to throw this guy like that. And then that's going to come over like so. And then we can throw it in some brakes. Well, nope, not regular. Block brakes, excuse me. And then we can just end it up with some regular brakes. And then a block brake. Alright, so I'm hoping to be able to run 3 trains on that if I can. Again, we have to get 4,500 people in this park, so it's going to be a capacity game. And let's take a look here. 5-minute line for that. Fantastic. We'll speed this up. 3 trains. Heck yeah. We need to paint them because whatever green color that is awful. There we go. And train 1 can be that. Train 2 can be that. And train 3 is going to be like a... There we go. Okay. I'm happy with that. Let's see what we got. I actually really dig. I should, in theory, move this like extra piece here and then have it drop down. And in theory, I could probably run 4 trains. I put another one there, or a block break like right there would maybe allow me to run 4 trains. But that's unnecessary. All right, so let's see what we got here. And for those playing score at home, we have over 500 guests in the park. So I guess we're doing our job. It's really just a matter of time with this one. We're going to keep building. We're going to keep exploring and doing more things. That's one of the fun things about this park or parks like this, even though I really don't like them all that much. It's fun to just get to build stuff and be totally unconstrained with everything else. That didn't need to be a curve. I could have just kept that flat. That brake run could have been shortened up, but whatever. It's fine. So we got that. We're clear of... Hold on. We're clear of that block. Why are you stopped? Okay. Let's fix that because that should be a block break. And also, let's fix this. We don't need that to be anything crazy. And if we can increase the intensity, even a touch, it's worth it. Oh, hold on. What's not worth it is running 4 drains. Goodness gracious. Okay. Now we have this thing going. Let's get that up the lift hill. It's going to go through and do its thing. We got all of that. We want to see what it does after the brake run there. So it's going to go in, do its thing. Now it's coming through. It goes at 15 miles an hour through the brake run, like just naturally. That's amazing. It's terrible. Like that should never happen. It's too slow. But I like it. Oh yeah. Bunny Hill's at 35 miles an hour. Heck yeah. It comes in that brake run at 32, 30-ish, and it's going to slow down. And it should go straight into the station. And the next block's clear before the other train ever even thinks about approaching it. You can see this guy's still going to get stuck on the lift hill. I did build a lot of track ahead of time, which I shouldn't have done, but that's good. All right, we got it very high. Oh. Oops. All right, we got that. Let's put this in there like so. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm also happy that if people can't get in line for this, they will be able to get in line for the mine train. Let's see, what is this, 1 minute and 40 seconds, so 100. So 30 is probably about the max on there. 27 is probably about the min. We'll open that bad boy up. And we are pretty coaster heavy. You can also take a look. This guy, while it has 68 people on it, most people have migrated over to this. We have 123 people in line for this ride, which is kind of impressive. It's a 9-minute line now, so we're going to need to address that situation. And by all we're going to do is throw an entertainer in there. I also love that I can click, hold, and drag. I didn't realize that until recently, and it makes life so much easier. All right, we're at 600 guests, so I mean, we're moving along. We're only in July of year 1. We just need to keep it going, and we should be fine. Now let's see, what are people saying about this one here? No thoughts yet. We have our first group of people entering the ride. And let's see when they get off what their thoughts are, because that's really the important part. There we go. They think it's great. That's what I think too. It's great. So we'll get all of that in place. I'm going to throw another one of these there. I'll even throw one of these, even though I'm not expecting it. If you look at any random guest in this park, they like intensity of more than 9. The problem is their nausea tolerance. It's average, which is a problem because this park does kind of require that you have a more than average. Like, you don't get super intense rides without being more nauseating than other rides. So that is a little bit of a concern, but we'll deal with it. All right, and you can see that this pathway is filled with our employees. All right, so I can't even see where that's at really all that well. Let's remove that. All right, I'm going to just get these guys out of there because I broke that pathway, so they're going to be stuck there in perpetuity, which we're not actually paying these people, but I'd prefer them. Like, I'm not one of the sadistic Roller Coaster Tycoon players that just likes to watch people suffer. There are those people, and that's content. If you're into it, it exists on the internet. But I don't know. I have like I have some random moral dilemma with like torturing online fake people. I don't know what my deal is with it, but it bothers me intensely to do that. So I try to avoid that if I can, because it just bothers me for whatever reason. I don't like it. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna get rid of all of that. All right, we got that part done. We're gonna put that in there like so, and then I can hopefully remove all of that stuff. Heck yeah, there we go. All right, we're moving along. We got an inverted hairpin coaster. Not my favorite, but not like dog water. It's just not the best. We're going to close our drink stall 1. And we're going to throw it over here where it's not going to serve anybody. Same with burgers. Close it and delete it and move it over here. So we have that. And then my fine folks over here can get picked up and moved the heck out of the way, because for whatever reason, in Roller Coaster Tycoon, your staff is highly effective, like more effective than any other part of their job duties. They're highly effective at finding the spots where they don't need to be and making sure they frequent them often. What I really mean by that is like your handymen and women, when they're going through places, they don't need to be in the queue lines. Nobody throws up in a queue line in this game. It's not part of the game. But in Roller Coaster Tycoon, it feels like it is, because they patrol those like nobody's business. And to just drive, I don't understand it. It drives me insane. All right, so we'll do all of the stuff that we need to do because we're good Roller Coaster Tycoon players, or we're behaved Roller Coaster Tycoon players, and we'll do all the things that the game wants us to do. I didn't sacrifice anybody. I'm not a monster, and we're moving along with what we want to do here. But let's go through. We're at 700 people, so we're not close to our goal by any means, but we are moving along. And I need to change the timing on this because that's far too long in the station. Like, this guy's already entering. It's going to be entering the brake run before this guy's even basically on the lift hill, and that can't happen. We need to tighten that up a bit. It's interesting to me that they like the drop tower more than this one. Is it just because it's not even over 9? Like, they're not that different. It's just the nausea rating is the very different part, and the launch zone is far less exciting. But whatever. Can't have everything. All right. So we're officially over 700. Let's go through and build some more rides. I very much want to build a Giga Coaster. Like, I love building Giga Coasters, especially when I don't have any budget whatsoever. The problem is that once you build one Giga Coaster, it's essentially, that's it. It is that Giga Coaster and that Giga Coaster only. So I'm not going to approach that quite yet because I don't know. I don't feel like I have a feel of this park yet of what I really want it to be. And I want to get that feeling kind of sussed out before we really go through and commit to this. So I'm going to work on just leveling some ground, getting rid of these giant dunes that make no sense for anything. It makes no sense that we have no budget. It makes no sense that we're building an amusement park in an area that is just, that has these X of mountains in there. I don't understand, but it's okay. I don't have to understand. I just need to build out things, which is what I'm going to do. I think our next coaster is going to be a steel coaster. Not because I want to build other things. And I should also take a look and see with our whatever coaster that is. Open RCT confuses me because I forget what rides are what. But it classifies the rides as the same, just different train types. And I want to make some capacity monsters with that. So If I have stand-up, I want to make a stand-up capacity monster. If I have floorless, I want to make a floorless capacity monster. And in all honesty, we already have a capacity monster with whatever red flame or whatever the heck that thing's called. We have one there. I just don't want to spoil it quite yet. All right, so we're going to go in and we're just going to knock all of this stuff out. And this is the annoying part, is this. I don't actually, you know what I should do is this version. Where is the... That's what I was looking for. Because then I can just go, boo, boo, boo. And it dramatically impacts all of the things around it. I love it. So we can do that and get them all figured out pretty quickly. We can do a lot of work reshaping stuff just with that. Because in a perfect world, this area here, I want to make a Giga Coaster kind of somewhere up here, bring them to the back of the park, have it go out here, around, and then back. From what I remember, and it's been a long time since I've really played through this, we're probably talking like 20 years since I last played the scenario. If I remember, I had a Giga Coaster that existed somewhere back here, went out and back, and I never had to fill in this entire half of the park. I actually got rid of this ride, and only made you be able to go to the left, and by you, I mean the peeps. And that's what we did. So we're going to go in here, start flat. Oh, yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Does that... Heck yeah, I didn't know that was a tool. That's open RCT, baby. Yeah. Making life easier. I'm here for it. Sign me up. Yes, sir. All right. So we're going to go in and just fix the mistakes of our past. And by past, I mean like the last 45 seconds. But we're going to fix those mistakes that I made. And we're just going to flatten this bad boy out. Because, again, I'm not a good Roller Coaster Tycoon player. I play to win the scenario, and that's what I want to do. I don't know that I follow the spirit of the game all the time. Like, I probably, if I were following the spirit, wouldn't change any of the land heights unless it was necessary to build a ride. But when you present me no money options, I'm going to go through and be a bad person and just flatten everything and make my life easier. So that's what I'm going to do. And the game's going to like it because it doesn't really have another option other than not working. And I sincerely hope it continues to work for a very, very long time for me. But look at that. Oh, yeah. It just makes life magical when those mountains just disappear. And you didn't have to do anything for them to actually do that. They just... Well, I guess I had to do something, but, I didn't have to do anything bananas crazy. All I had to do was move my mouse a bit, and it flattens all this out. It's gorgeous. So we're going to flatten this bad boy out. Oops. There we go. Flatten this one out. Boop-a-doop. Uh-oh. And we're going to build a looping coaster next. And I also need to check and see whatever that coaster style is that we already have built or came pre-built with the park. If it, in fact, has options for us to use other train types. Because if it does, we're going to be making lots of rides. I can see that as I've been doing this, we haven't really increased our guest numbers at all for the most part. It's gone up maybe by 50 guests, but nothing bananas. And we need to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. So we're going to go through here and hopefully pump them up big time real soon. But I'm going to continually go in here and do all of this. All right. So we have that. And we'll do that as well. All right. So I'm going to start building out some of this stuff. Not necessarily because we have to, because I want to. So my idea here... Oh my gosh. I'm so bad at this. I can't quickly like paint all this stuff in. I just, for whatever reason, I really struggle heavily with that part of this game. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some foodstuffs here to make sure that we have that part of what we need to have handled. So pretzel stall, sure. We don't have soda over there, so we need another iced tea place. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to build on a steel coaster here. Let's see. Right here. Merry-go-round does nothing for us. That's the frustrating parts of... that's the other frustrating parts of scenarios like this. Is you can't direct stuff, so... Again, you lose all control over what's happening, and I don't like that. But what we're going to do here, we're going to build on our station. Boop, 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 boop. I think that's enough. Yeah, it is. All right, cool. And in all honesty, it doesn't matter if it's not. But we're going to go in, we build on this. What I love about these rides, or particularly this coaster, or this type of coaster, oh, no, that's an open RCT thing, I think. Typically, there's no real concerns about what we're doing there. We can go as high as we want, as fast as we want, and it's not a big deal. But we're going to do... that, I guess? Sure. And I'm going to keep it above the track limit there. And I'm just going to put that on for just a hot second. I just gotta see where it's at height-wise here because I'm worried that this spot is gonna be too fast. I'm gonna put a mid-course brake run, drop in, we'll do some dipsy-doos and stuff, and then hopefully we'll be able to call it a day. I'm trying to keep it above where any paths would be, just so that it can do its thing. See, like, that's tight. I think it's gonna be tight again. Nope, nope, it's too much. Okay. 145 is not the option there. It's not it. We'll do that. It's going to come up like so. And I guess we'll do a mid-course brick run right here. Block break it up. And then we're just going to turn this into Hyper City. Or, not Hyper City, should I say, but... it's just going to dipsy-do around here a little bit while we kind of burn some time in making it more exciting, but also more wasteful. Oh, that's right. Our ride disappeared because I made it a block braked area. So I'm going to throw an on-ride photo because we don't have one of those actually. And we all know I love a good on-ride photo. So we'll do that. And I need that to be tighter. So I need to get rid of some of this stuff here, which is fine. I don't really mind if I need to remove anything like that. Then we'll bring that into brakes. Oh no, we're way too far away for brakes yet. Okay. Alright, we'll do block brakes. There. Rise up. Space, space. Another set of block brakes. Then we'll just do regular brakes. And I can't imagine it's going to come in any faster than that. So that's what we're going to do. Bam, bam. 3 trains is more than enough. We'll make sure the speed is up on that bad boy. Test it out and see what we have here. We're going to call it Silver Bullet, mainly just because it's already silver and I don't want to recolor it at all. I'm going to leave all of that like that, and then we're just going to recolor these trains. We'll have a red train, a blue train, and I guess a black train, I think, would look nice. Yellow train's another option that we have, but I don't want to do that. All right, so we know at a minimum from the mid-course brake run, it comes into the brakes, no problem whatsoever. The longest part of this ride is going to be the lift hill. If we take a look here, we're at almost a minute in, and it finally crested the lift hill. So we have all of that happening. This is where our Giga is going to go eventually. Makes it over that quite nicely. Yay us. I like this little area here. It comes in, goes over the drop, back through, back around, under the drop. I like that. And then it ends up at 35 miles an hour. Like, that seems reasonable to me. And honestly, the lift hill is the backlog on this one. It's not the ride itself. The backlog is the lift hill. We're at 850 something guests, which is fine. We just need to make sure we get all of those guests taken care of. But more importantly, we still have lots to do. And, oh, look at that. We have a full line there. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What's our satisfaction on this one? Our satisfaction numbers are not that high. This is not going to be a popular coaster. It's just not going to be that. At its current numbers, it's not going to be a super popular coaster, and that's okay. Oh my gosh. All right, so that's going to go down. Bop, 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 bop. And that should, if I did this right, yeah, baby. That's what I was looking for. All right, what does this ride take in? 2 minutes even. So 120, which means maximum wait time is going to be 40 seconds. It's never going to take that. We're going to drop that down to 30. Do that. We'll open that up. And we'll see if we get any takers. If I hit F, there's no finances whatsoever for this park, which is highly frustrating, but it just doesn't exist. All right. We're going to do this. I'm just going to remove that for now. To this. There we go. And eventually this is going to come back over and join in with that other part. I desperately wish I can do some advertising or something here, but I can't. And let's see, we need to add some bathrooms. Other info kiosk is always welcomed, at least in my opinion. I don't know why there's a whatchamacallit, a cash machine. Doesn't matter. They don't have a cash. All right, I guess it's time to look and see if this guy, just gonna click on it and take a look and see if there's any other. Nope, there's just twister trains. Bummer. But that doesn't mean we can't build a capacity monster in the meantime. So I'm gonna build this out. So we should be able to put block breaks there. Oh. I'll put block breaks here. Spin that and then have that come up. Space. Block breaks. Bam. Bam. All right, what do we got? So I should be able to do straight spot. All right, can I do this? Can do that. So that's what we're gonna do. Wild West theming. What am I going to do with that right now? Nobody cares about theming in this park. This is a park that just wants crazy coaster fanatics, which is great. I dig the vision. Let's dig into all of that. But give me more stuff to do coaster stuff with. Alright, so we'll do that. I want to do corkscrew to the right, one to the left, if I can. Nope, not that one. Large half loop. Right, how about left? Nope, right. Because this does not have to be there. We can make this go up one more, no problem. Which is 100% what we're gonna do. Can I put, yeah, baby. All right. That is what we're gonna do, my friends. We'll do that. And I'm a weirdo and I have to do this, even though it doesn't matter whatsoever that I remove these. I could leave it there, not a problem. Park will work just fine, but I have to. It's not an optional activity. I have to do it. And I was going to try to test them, but I can't because oh, I need to go left. That's right. Going the wrong way. All right, so let's do that. Bam, bam. We'll do a nice little barrel roll. Boom, boom. Throw our brakes. I would love to be able to sneak underneath this loop. I'm not going to be able to do that, so we're not going to play that game right now. We're just going to slowly bring this guy back into where it needs to be. Can I do a large one? Of course I can. Fantastic. And then we'll do that. And I think that should be fine. 3 trains, right? Oh, we could even do 4 if we wanted to. We're not going to do that. That's wild. Let's test out and see what it does here. We're up to 900 guests, so we're roughly, what, a fifth? A little over 900 guests. We're a fifth of the way there. All right, this ride. It's getting people on it. It's not, like, wildly popular, but it's getting people on it. Oh, God. It is. This thing is rocketing through. It's, oh, God help us. It's too fast. I love it. The rest of the ride should be rather enjoyable after getting your head smashed in for the first half. The second half is much slower, much more... It's not optimized is the word, but it's much smoother. All right, what do we got? All right, let me see if I slow that lift hill down, if it changes anything at all. I'm going to speed the game up here real fast. We'll see if that does anything. It's not going to, but it'll make me feel better if it at least lowered those numbers a little bit. It did a little bit, but it's too much. All right. So what I need to do here is knock off a little bit of the height. So it needs to come there, and there, and there. So 120 is what we're looking for. And I'm not rebuilding this. Like, but it will be fine. I just needed to do the things I needed to do. Which I sped through a little bit too much there. I want to see what speed it goes over this area at. And that's much better. Hitting 30 at the top of the loop. Fantastic. 34 through that. See, those are numbers we can live with. I don't know. We're going to call this looks very Scream-esque. To, what is that? Magic Mountain? Is that where it's at? It's 1 minute and 42 seconds, so 100. So, again, maximum wait time is going to be 30. Minimum wait time is going to be like 24. 33, I think, is actually a better number. All right, we got that. We'll throw that in there like so. Uh-oh. I've boxed myself in a little bit here. I think we'll be all right, but it's not the preferred way of building out my queues. All right, but if I do that and remove those guys, that should allow that to work. Fantastic. We'll throw those. Nope, nope, nope. Those in there. And then we'll open this bad boy up. And we already have food there. I need to get another bathroom up there. Throw that right in there. All right, let's see. We're at 950, and hopefully our number's going to increase quickly here as we've just opened a new coaster. Yeah, see? Numbers are on the way up. That's what we wanted. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I want more coasters. So we're going to build more coasters. And I also want, I really would love to have some coasters in particular. Make this a whole lot easier than what it's been, but that's okay. Oh, let's actually put a lift hill on there. That would make it better, huh? Can this fit in there? Absolutely not. Kind of fit. No, we can't even fit there. We just need to get a little taller. We'll go to the left. Yeah, I want to do something like that, I think. And then if I can, I'd love to throw a corkscrew like that and then throw it into a small half loop. All right, that's fine. It goes slow, but it makes it. And basically, I'm not trying to make a coaster that I would want to ride right now, because this is a Vekoma SLC is basically what this ride is. Nobody wants to ride those. What we're trying to do is just make something that is going to get the stats for us. And if it gets the stats, we'll be in real good shape. So we'll do that. So can I actually finish this ride out? It's gonna have to come out of here, isn't it? Can I do it there? Oh, I can. Okay. So I'll throw block brakes here. Loop that around and set another set of block brakes there. Because I can rearrange how this is kind of set up here. Block brakes, slow that down to like 18. There we go. I'm only gonna run 2 trains, even though we can support 4. My God, that's too much. Let's test it and see what we got. We at least have a lot of colors to deal with. And this guy is still drawing people in, man. Which is shockingly interesting. We're over 1,000 now, though, which is good. We're a quarter of the way there. This one is just a slog that we gotta fight through. Scream has 94 people on it. Mine Train has 70 something, 81, and 46. All right. All of that seems to be happening fine. We're at 30 something. Hits brakes, other brakes, more brakes, and into there. High, very high, fantastic. We're just going to yellow. I don't, it's just, I'm tired and my brain is starting to fail me here. And we'll, oh, not 0.0, 30, there we go. And wait time we're going to do is 20. Exit's going to be right there. We'll even add a yellow queue for the ride yellow, because obviously that's what you do. And then we'll open that bad boy up. I suppose I could have put a brake right there, but I don't see the need for that. But we're doing good. It's just it's a slog. You just gotta keep going, building, doing things here. Which, if you like building rides in this part, like this game, that's great. I just like also like making real amusement parks, and my problem with this one is that I can't do that because I have to build just roller coasters and roller coasters only, and that drives me bananas. Like a roto drop would be a fine flat ride to add in, but again, it's not doing anything for me because it's not really like an exciting ride that is going to attract tons of people. Like, this is cool. How long is this line, by the way? 7 minutes. Nobody's really complaining. Fantastic. All right, let's just take a look at our guest overall feedback here. Yeah, man. It's a solid little park. It just needs more, and we will get it more here in the near future. But this is going to be one of the ones I think we're going to do multiple parts of because I can't do another 3.5 hour video. That almost killed me, and I want to see this park through the right way. So, folks, that's going to wrap us up here for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you in our next episode here where we'll hopefully knock this park out. We're a quarter of the way there. I'd like to get the rest of the way there next time. Thanks for joining me again. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.